invite you to do. I see the comments, but we're not paying attention to it. But we are going to be paying attention to the comments in all the
Welcome
streaming.
to
So
High Level.
if you go to our Facebook groups or whatnot, you'll see the streaming there. So feel free to interact with us in those streamings a bit more than usual if you don't mind. It'll just allow us to get the engagement going. JB, you've been to one of our masterminds in Dallas just recently. What are your thoughts overall as we just kind of put the agenda together? I know we've got some, really a game plan to follow. JB, what are your thoughts before Chase kind of takes the call over for us?
Yeah, it was my first time when I went to the last one that we had, and it was amazing. And what made it amazing was just the amount of people. It was a smaller group, but everybody was all in with their attitude, their enthusiasm, and with sharing best practices. And as I was learning and meeting new people, I started grabbing nuggets every moment and making some solid relationships till this day that I'm following up and just connecting with. So it was like-minded people on the same mission of learning, growing, and just feeling good about being away from the computer for a few days to just network and really make things happen for their business. So it's awesome.
Absolutely. And again, in case if you are watching, I'm going to drop a Facebook stream link inside of the Zoom. So if you're in the Zoom, I see a ton of people in here, and I drop in the comments, I dropped a link for the Facebook streaming within the group. I want you to comment in there if you don't mind. This helps our algorithm pedal a little faster, keeps Mr. Zuckerberg a bit more happier. So we're gonna play along here. Chase, lead us the way, man. I mean, you've had this in the works for quite some time and a lot of things in prep.
Yes, I believe we're streaming in all the places.
We are. We
So
are.
if
Yeah.
you can see and hear us, please say hello in the comments for sure. Let's hop into the deck here. I'm gonna just share my screen and we can check out the presentation that we have prepared. All right, so let me move this over here a little bit. Make these guys bigger. Perfect. Awesome. So, whoa, jumping ahead. Hopefully you know that our next mastermind is next month. I'm looking at this date, which is today, it's throwing me off. So the mastermind's coming up. It's in July. It is going to be, the last one we did was the advanced one. We're going back to the regular one. So if you've been hearing about SaaSpreneurship, you want to make money with high level, you're ready to commit, you want to take the next step, these are the events that you want to be at, and this is the last one of the year because towards the end of the year we do our big summit, which is more like a big party celebration. But these masterminds are hands-on events. If you stick till the end, we'll tell you about a promotion that we were only publicizing today. So hang tight till the end of this presentation. We'll let you know what that special promo is. But before we hop into that, as always, who's up for a little hype video?
I love it.
Let me make sure I got, I'm sharing with sound here. Here we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right, so as you can see, the event is... There we go. The event's an amazing time. It's held in an incredible venue. What I want to jump to, hopefully you caught in that video, is we have incredible guest speakers each time. And today we're going to reveal who those two speakers are for next month's event. We'll get to them in just a minute. Before we do, let's do a quick recap of where we do the event. So we do these masterminds at this hotel called the Statler, downtown Dallas. Incredible venue, as you probably got from that video. They've got an amazing restaurant, bar, all sorts of fun stuff in there that we leverage and utilize throughout the events. The food is amazing. We've talked about that a ton. So the venue really is stellar. And I think JB and Paulson, you guys can attest to that.
Yeah, I love going to the rooftop. It's one of my favorite spots by that pool, and you can shoot a bunch of Instagram content to be one of the cool kids. I'm telling you,
Right.
it's a great spot. Even at night, the Dallas skyline is lit, and this is one of those like vintage, historic, like hotel venues that they've converted and modernized quite a bit. And we use the same one for the big conference, the summit, as well, for the same reason of how amazing the amenities are. JB, you stayed there as well, right?
Yeah, and it was my first time at the hotel and first time at the conference. But what really stuck out to me was the organizers at High Level. They really went all out on making sure the meal selection was for everybody, and then the taste and the timing, and even where they moved everyone from going from the restaurant to upstairs within the conference area was just it worked out perfect. What I loved was that when I ate a lot the day before, I was able to go to the gym and then take a quick swim in the pool, which was all next to each other on the floor. It was just an amazing, and the staff, I mean, literally every time you walk in, they're opening that door and they're smiling. So it really feels well worth every penny and every minute that you're there.
Absolutely. It's a really special venue. It really adds to the whole experience. I saw somebody ask the dates of the mastermind are July 17th to the 19th. So we're getting pretty close, which is exciting. As always, we have a really incredible curriculum lined up for you, right? So we're going to take you on this journey from literally getting started, understanding the opportunity and the offer. We're going to teach you how to prospect customers. We're going to teach you how to sell to them, what to say when you're on the phone with them, all of that, how to onboard folks. So the whole spectrum really of the journey gets taught at these events. So again, if you're ready to get going, this is the place that you want to be. In addition to that curriculum, we have our open office hours. So we have staff members from High Level hanging out, ready to literally crack open a laptop and dive into your account. So if you are not, set up on the tech side, or if you're trying to figure something out, they're ready there to jump in with your computer and literally knock it out, so that by the time you leave on, what is it, Thursday or whatever that last day is, you're fully ready to rock. You've hammered out any questions or anything you were struggling with, and you're just ready to go start building your business. We also have the swag store, which is super fun. You can pick up high-level swag, SaaSPRENEUR swag, swag for the kids, even for pets these days. We've got some pet swag in there, which is pretty cool. So that's
Wow.
always fun. And throughout the event, you have opportunity to win swag as well. So great stuff there. You also get to hang out with the co-founders. So we've been pretty lucky up until now we've usually had all three at all of the masterminds. And I think we will again this one. I'm not going to promise that, but you'll have at least one for sure, if not all three of the co-founders. And they're there to learn from you, right? As I'm sure you know, if you've seen them talk at all, they want to interact with our customers as much as possible to get that hands on the ground or boots on the ground feedback. And it's pretty special, wouldn't you guys say, to get to eat, hang out, party, play games with the co-founders of such an incredible company.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're down to earth guys with like no egos, a lot of humility, a lot of modesty, and they're just real people. I mean, that's what you can experience with those guys. And we do the Q&As, and those are pretty interactive because like when people come into that room, we essentially kind of open up the books and kind of share a lot of insider strategies and knowledge base that we're thinking about, and we kind of just bounce off of each other quite a bit with the crowd. And then we also have, programs like the Fast Fives, the High Level on the Horizon, and a bunch of games and programs. And like it's really interactive. It's not like if you think this is a corporate mumbo jumbo PowerPoint slides, sit there and fall asleep type of event, you're absolutely wrong. This is a pretty interactive, fun, almost like a entertaining, high producing like event in my mind. And not to even mention after parties and all kinds of stuff we get into.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think for me, like when I got to meet the founders for the first time in person in this setting, it's just really the in and out, laptop side by side, really truly listening in and saying, well, have you tried this? Have you tried that? And from a SaaSpreneur, for those that are jumping in with the SaaSpreneur mindset, really understanding the founders and their mindset and what their plan is so important as you put your reputation and your time and effort into HighLevel. So this is a great way to connect the gaps, and really understand what am I really focusing on and what is the company focusing on. So there's a lot of great updates that happen during that time too that I was able to experience.
Absolutely. Really special sessions. As Paulson mentioned, we do Q&A with them, so you can literally ask them whatever you'd like and get the answer straight from the source there. We wrap up with our now famous graduation ceremony. You get to, hop up there, get your certificate, get your photos taken with the co-founders. It's a fun day. It's a fun sort of session to wrap the whole thing up. And it's a really special experience. By the time you get up there on the stage, you've gone through 3 days of this, and you've very likely met people that are either going to be business partners, vendors, or maybe just lifelong friends. And this is sort of like the culmination of all of that, which is a fun event that we do.
And Chase, do you mind kind of helping people understand the difference between the mastermind versus a summit? Like, what's the vibe like? Is this more of a workshop hands-on where the other one's like, okay, we're gonna party till the wheels fall off? Like, what's the difference?
For sure. Yeah, the summit, I would say, is a gigantic party. It's going to be 1,000 people in a massive room with like a rock concert level, sound and light show going on, big name keynote speakers, all that kind of stuff. This is way more of like we are hands-on laptops, learning and building our business, right? This is where you want to be if you are ready to start a business that's a SaaS business powered by HighLevel. And we have, I wish I had the current stat. There's tens of thousands of SaaSpreneurs running their own software businesses right now, and they all started just like this, right? It's waking up to the fact that, wait a minute, I can white label HighLevel and literally go sell to as many clients as I want at whatever price point I want. I just need to figure out what my offer is, learn how to pitch it, sell it, find people to sell it to. And those are the things that we teach at these events. Literally, piece by piece, we'll teach you
Yeah.
each one of those things. And you'll get role-playing opportunities, you'll get some reps in. And so that's the big difference, right? Of course, we have fun in the evenings. There's a speakeasy in the hotel that's super famous now, as far as like, the after
We
spot
Yeah,
events.
we've gotten kicked out of that speakeasy a couple of times. I feel like, but Chase, I'm glad you shared the notes on the SaaSpreneur business opportunity. It's not a regular standard reseller play, right? They keep 100% of the revenue on the SaaS thing. Can you share a bit more on why
Absolutely.
SaaS as a business model is like really relevant in 2024?
100%, right? It's recurring revenue. And we talk about this a lot on day one. Look around you. You see every major company on the planet trying to figure out how they're going to roll out a SaaS play. It's super high margin because it's software and it's recurring, right? And with HighLevel, the features in HighLevel are so crucial to a business. It's a utility bill. They need it. They're happy to let it run on their car. They don't even think about it. You just have to learn how to piece it together and get going. And that's really what we focus on here. And I think there are already, I think I saw a stat like yesterday, there were like 12 SaaSpreneurs that already do $1 million a month in revenue.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So the opportunity is like nothing I've ever seen. And like Paulson said, it's way different than anything you've ever seen in the past, because there really are no boundaries. You pay us $497 a month, and then everything you sell on top of that is yours. And
And if I could share
Eh,
really quick,
go for it, Jaden.
when I as most of my early software, sales, digital marketing experience was in sales. Like I was a salesperson. I was going door to door, meeting people, attending networking events, and I always sold it for a bigger company. And I didn't know about HighLevel really existed when I was doing that. If not, I would have done this sooner with what I'm doing. But what I really wish I would have known then was if if I would have left the sales role that I was working for these big digital marketing companies and I would have started my own SaaS, I'd probably be a lot ahead than I probably would have planned for originally. And I believe that if you have been in a sales role for a big digital marketing company, or have digital marketing experience from a corporate level, and you want to go out on your own, this is the event to kickstart that jet. This is the one you're going to learn everything that you know now and complement it with true business experience and a framework that works.
That's a great point. And the masterminds are always a mix of folks like that, of folks that are just straight up digital entrepreneurs. Hey, I want to build a business online, and somehow somebody told me this is what I should check out. Absolutely. And also traditional agency folks. You might already be running a website agency, an SEO agency, a PPC agency, and you're like, I love the idea of this, but I don't know how to work that into what I'm already doing. We cover that as well as the event. So wherever you are, if you're ready to start your SaaS journey, this is the place that you want to be to do that at. Okay, so as we pointed out before, a big part of the magic of these events is that we always have a couple of guest speakers. We've had some incredible names in the past, and this time around, we're going to meet that standard, if not exceed it for sure. And today's the day when we get to announce who those two speakers are. So I think without further ado, we're ready to introduce our
Drum roll.
first featured speaker, are we not?
We are. Let's see. Let's see if there's any comments in the channels.
Any
Give it
guesses?
type in drum roll if you're excited. Help us build some anticipation on these announcements. The first time being revealed, by the way. First time.
That's right. All right, here we go. Brrr. Featured speaker number one at July's official SaaSPRENEUR Mastermind is Mr. James
Yay.
Bonnities. Did I pronounce it?
Woohoo! Yeah. So Chase, I can share some notes on James. For those
Absolutely.
of you that do not know James, James is like he's someone who has an incredible story. I mean, I got the privilege and honor to do a 3-day workshop with him not too long ago, and James is actually a school teacher, by the way. I don't know if he's principal or he moved into becoming a vice principal or something, but he was in the world of teaching kids essentially. And decided, you know what, I want to go into entrepreneurship. And he literally pivoted into marketing, doing SEO stuff, traditional marketing stuff, and he became a pretty big SaaSpreneur, has a pretty big SaaS brand. But the way they went about it was like a SaaS hybrid model. Like they didn't just completely throw away all their marketing services. They use reputation management and reviews essentially to build their entire agency out, hundreds and hundreds of clients. And his business partner, Jason McKim. Jason potentially might come down as well. I don't know if you know that, Chase, but we may have both of them, which will be pretty cool. But James is someone I absolutely love. He knows what he's doing. He's got a really big Facebook community, if I'm not mistaken, on digital marketing in general. I think like 8 or 9 thousand people, if I'm not mistaken. But what crazy about James is he went from being a 9 to 5 school teacher to building over $30 million in online revenue with his online businesses. Now, obviously, when we share these things across the board on an event like this, we're not implying that you're going to go make a bunch of money. More than likely, you might even fail. Like this whole SaaSpreneur thing is actually really hard. So I don't want you to get the wrong impression that you can just come to an event, click a few buttons and you're going to just launch a software company. This is really hard, which is why we want you to show up, because you can figure this out for a couple of years on your own and hope that you land on the boat that's going to take you far. But you want to surround yourself with people like James and the attendees that are coming there. But in case if you want to see more of James's content, go to our YouTube channel, 3-day workshop on reviews. We crushed it. It was one of the most popular workshops we have ever done. But yeah, I mean, needless to say, school teacher converted into a multi-millionaire for sure. Definitely earned the stage from our good friends. Up in Canada, so he'll be coming from up north.
A man after my own heart, a teacher converted into a marketer. I love it. That tells me that his talk will be fantastic for sure. And I love how you mentioned that they took the reputation angle as sort of their tip of the spear. That's a term that you'll hear us use a lot at the event, is sort of figuring out which piece of your package you want to lead with. And reputation is one of those tried and true methods or tips of the spear, I would say. Trojan horse, you'll also hear us talk a lot about that at the mastermind as well. James couldn't be here with us today, unfortunately, for the webinar, but our next featured speaker actually is here. So we will get to meet her in just a second. Let's get another drum roll, please, as we announce the second official guest speaker for the July SaaSPRENEUR Mastermind, which is... Oh, we're back to the mystery slide. Allie Bloyd!
Woohoo!
So, Allie Bloyd, I'm going to bring her up in just a second. Allie is a beloved member of the HighLevel family. She's been in the game for a long time, producing incredible results. You've probably seen her speak. She speaks at tons of events. She's been on the stage at TNC, all that kind of stuff. And she's really educated a ton of high levelers over the past couple of years, especially in sort of the paid ad space. And so without further ado, what did we say we bring her on? Let me promote Allie to a panelist. Okay. Allie, are you with us?
Let's see.
Come on, Zoom.
Oh, my camera is not playing with me. Give me just a second. But hello, everybody. Sorry about
The voice of Allie Bloyd is in the house.
I am here. So while I get my technical difficulties worked out, I am so excited to be speaking at the mastermind. And there we go.
There it is.
Yes. So very, very excited to be speaking. Can't wait to come and meet everybody and educate, talk about agency, talk about SaaS, all the fun stuff, my favorite stuff to talk about. So thrilled to get to see everyone again.
I mean, Allie, over the past couple of years, you've probably interacted with thousands of high levelers at this point, right?
Absolutely.
You've seen the full spectrum of people just getting started all the way to the people at the very top. And so I'm sure, I mean, I can't wait to see what you're going to talk about, because I know you have insight that crosses that whole spectrum.
Yeah, ultimately, I really do work with people who have never heard of HighLevel until they see my ads or they join my programs. And so I'm helping them get set up for the very first time. Some of them are people that are pretty technical already. They just have never heard of HighLevel or started to utilize this. And so really, really experienced helping those beginners get up and running really quickly. And then I also work with a ton of people who are super advanced, but they are looking for better solutions, better ways to streamline things, to automate things, ultimately, like you mentioned, get better results with their advertising by utilizing HighLevel. So really all across the board, I love it. I feel like there's always something new to learn every single day, you know, no matter who I'm working with. And it's just great. There's so many different solutions that HighLevel provides that doesn't really matter what somebody is looking to do or what problem they're trying to solve. There is an answer for them with HighLevel.
Allie, well, first of all, hello, Allie. Good to see you
Hello. Good to
again.
see you too.
I feel like I haven't seen you since our last 3-day workshop in a while.
I
But
know.
either way, Allie, can you speak to some of the common mistakes you see SaaSpreneurs make? Because I know we're going to unpack this in such detail at the
Yeah.
event. Can you share some notes on like just some common things you see?
For sure. So I work with a lot of people who want to get started with SaaS, and usually the offer is going to be the first thing that we have to figure out. And what I always see is that there are people that already have unique skill sets or abilities. So one of my clients, he's been building websites for years and years, and he doesn't want to be doing websites as his primary gig anymore. He wants to get into SaaS. But instead of really thinking, well, how can I leverage what I've already been doing, which is websites, they're thinking kind of, how do I do things the same way that everybody else might be? And so the offer that we create for him is really based on websites, getting an initial website set up, having the hosting set up, showing them the other elements that tie in through the website. All of these different things that are so related to his previous experience and what he's already doing, but just doing it in a different way that gives him a unique angle to be able to focus on. Because as you guys talk about, you aren't selling the features, you're selling the solution. So if you have great solutions for websites and the people you're working with need websites, let's show them how a new website in a new place with new hosting and totally expanded capabilities is going to help them. And so again, it's the tip of the spear. It's the Trojan horse. You get them in with the website and the website features, and then SaaS is a very natural next step. And then upselling on the additional features that they also need once they've gotten in for the website becomes far easier. I really like that one because your website is really like your home base in your business. And so if somebody's got a website through HighLevel, everything else is just a no-brainer. Then I've got another guy who has a lot of experience in consignment stores and estate sales and things like that. Like, he had a business in those industries. He knows a lot of people in that industry. And when he first started, again, he was just kind of going general, more like focusing on the features the same way that a lot of other people think they need to start. Ultimately, we created a solution that is very specific for consignment stores and estate sales based on exactly what their challenges are, exactly what they need, and giving them different options that include, the baseline of what they need, then giving them more of the features, and then also including a done for you combination package, which is going to increase what he can charge every single month. And it gives the people he's working with a lot of what they need because they don't have to do it all themselves. So I think it's like, lean into your existing skill set, the things that you are already knowledgeable on, whether it's a certain element of business or marketing or a specific industry, and try and figure out how you can take those things and turn them into your SaaS offering. You don't have to try and shove yourself into a box or do things like other people do them. There's so much capability in this software that you don't have to do it all. Identify the things that will really help your specific market and, just play into what your natural talents are, and you're going to be a lot more successful.
Love it.
That's awesome. I think you nailed it on and for me, when I speak specifically to the agency avatar, folks that are already doing some sort of digital marketing in the space, it really is just sort of a mindset shift, which is what we talk a lot about at the event. And also just knowing what you don't know. Like, we will show you the features that are automated and sticky that create a SaaS package that you can then plug into what you're already doing in a way where you don't have to stop doing what you love or, make a radical change to your business. It's just sort of about supplementing it with something that has way lower churn. And we'll talk a lot about churn rates and stuff at the event. And so again, I think a lot of this is like mental work that we do there. And it'll be great to have you there. As you can see, she's a multiple SaaSPRENEUR Award winner. Win those awards by having at least 100 SaaS sub accounts in a year. And so it's really great to have speakers like Ali come because they've walked the walk, right? She's not just a hired speaker that we paid for online. She is from the community, an award winner and a leader in the space.
What I'll say is this, as a newbie to the Go High Level team here, I remember seeing Ali before I knew what High Level was. I mean, it's almost 5-6+ years. I see her ads where her fingers pointing up at the logo, and I'm like, who is this person? They're all over. And I think what I'm most excited is that when the audience gets to experience some of your branding and building the foundation advice that you're going to share. Because one thing I must say that as an observer, you're very consistent with keeping your creatives, but also adding new approaches to complement what's already working. And I think that's a big part of launching a SaaS program. and building that reputation and that local authority. So super excited to meet you and glad to have
Yes, you too. Can't wait to share. Definitely want to talk about paid ads. And, it is my favorite way to grow a business. No better way to get a volume of clients on board than to put yourself out there to a much larger audience. So I think that'll definitely be a lot of fun.
I'm glad that you said that, because often we don't really go that far in the journey because we're really focused on how you're going to get your first 1 to 10 clients. And that's
Yeah.
typically through your personal network. And we teach you how to do that. But when you're ready to scale your offer, paid ads is, where you need to go. And to have somebody like Allie at this event, she's going to share a lot of really amazing insights, I'm sure, when it comes to running ads specifically for a SaaS product, because that's obviously a lot different than running ads to claim a free slice of pizza or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I know you're going to bring the thunder on that topic.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Awesome, Allie. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you
Yes,
run.
thank you for
We're
having
going
me.
to wrap up the release, but we can't wait to see you next week.
I know. Yep. So excited.
3 or 4 weeks from now.
I
Yep.
think
Not
3 weeks
long
away.
whatsoever. All right. Well, I'll
Awesome.
see you guys. Good to see everybody. Hope you have an awesome weekend and happy Father's Day to the fathers out there.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks, Allie. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
All right. So as you can see, we have 2 incredible guest speakers lined up for this edition of the Mastermind. We did promise you a special promotion if you stick to the end. So let's hop back to the presentation real quick. And we
As you pull that up, what dawned on me was the plaques behind Allie, right? I mean, one I've heard is really hard to hang those things up. So she got like 3 of those things up. So kudos to her or her handyman, whoever helped her. But the pattern that we often see, Chase, is that if you come to the mastermind, somehow you often end up on the stage for awards later
That's right.
within the next year or whatnot. And I think with Ali, it's showing me that if you get 3 of those, you somehow become a speaker at one of our events as well.
I mean, it's true. Like it's not an accident that a lot of the folks that have won the award have been to a mastermind, right? And so it's really where the journey starts. So to recap, if you're ready to go, you come to the event, you can expect to walk away knowing that you're technically set up to rock, right? Your SaaS configurator is ready. You're literally ready for somebody to put a credit card in to your site to generate a client. You're going to know the opportunity inside and out, right? Like we'll make it crystal clear why everybody's trying to create a SaaS offering and why the model is so strong. We will give you the blueprint, right? We will show you the features of HighLevel that we know are proven to be automated, sticky, and high value. These are things that are already being sold to businesses around the world. And so you can feel confident going and sell. We talk about product market fit. And if you've ever tried to launch a startup and how hard that is to achieve, HighLevel's already done that work for you. And we'll show you exactly the features that you want to start with that are already proven. And then especially Paulson and JB are going to talk a lot about how to find your prospective customers and then literally what to say to them to get them to buy, right? Like that's a big, we'll also do work about kind of what type of person you are, but somebody like me that typically shies away from sales, these guys are going to make it really easy on you, right? You're going to walk out of the door with confidence and scripts literally of, what to go do and say to get your first 5 to 10 sales. And then most importantly, as we talked about, you're going to walk away with a new network. And, either you guys want to speak to this point and how this is really what it's all about.
If I could jump in really quick, 2 things. One, rubbing shoulders with somebody that is on the same mindset, has the same roadmap, or very similar to it is important. Being in the right rooms with the right people is where a lot of success starts. And secondly, franchises, majority are very successful for many reasons. And it's because of their framework, the support, and really the continuous side by side that they have with their franchisees. And I want you to look at SaaSPRENEUR as almost starting like your own business within a business, but you own 100% of it. You're not paying percentages to marketing and other things. You own everything. We give you the framework, and then putting the framework and the full ownership of it with the right people, it's a box that you never let go of. It's a gift that you always are appreciative of. And I hope to see you all there and really experience what I got to experience for the first time. And that was me being a salesperson for many years within the industry. It is totally different when you're an owner operator. And HighLevel really does everything they can to give you full prepared to do it.
No doubt. And I think we've done this more and more, and we'll definitely do it at this event, where we'll help you figure out which type of business person you are, right? Are you a sales-minded CEO, sort of visionary type of person, or are you an operator who knows how to actually execute things to fruition? And a big part of this is the networking and is finding those missing pieces, right? You're going to be in a room where probably half the room is the opposite of you, is the person who can fill the gaps that you have just based on who you are. And so that's a big part of the networking, I think, is spotting those folks that it's like, oh my gosh, I have been looking for somebody who could run the whole back end of this business for me. And they've probably been looking for somebody who can run the sales, right? And so the networking piece is really where, you know, the true value in these events are. And as somebody who didn't go to many events when I was running an agency, I wish I had an event like this at the time. I mean, it is really amazing, the opportunity to get to meet these folks, hang out, and really, you know, grow your network and again, probably leave with some lifelong friends. So let's talk about what it costs. So the tickets to the event, it's $27.97. That includes all your meals, your drinks, obviously the networking opportunities, the full curriculum. You get recordings of everything at the end. We send those out after the event concludes, and as well the opportunity to sit down with the team and work on things, which I've heard several people say this was worth the ticket alone, just to get to be in the room with high-level staff working on whatever I want to work on. You know, it's a $1,200, a $1,300 investment into what, again, could be a multi-million-dollar business for yourself. And so, like Paulson said, this is no guarantee that you're going to get rich overnight, but, you know, we have tens of thousands of folks that have already walked this path. And I would say that if you've made that decision that you're ready to start your SaaS journey, you want to get one of these tickets and you want to be there next month. They do sell out pretty quickly. I think we're already probably half sold, if not more.
And Chase, is there are the room blocks open? Are they sold out? Like, can they stay there? What is the hotel like logistics?
That I don't know. We'd have to check with Celeste,
Okay.
but typically the way it works is once you get your ticket, we send you a link to a special rate at the hotel.
Okay.
The hotel does book out. It's downtown Dallas, obviously, so there's
Yeah.
always a lot going on. So the sooner you get your ticket, the better chance you'll have at getting a rate at the Statler. So that is a good point as well. It does elevate the experience if you're staying at the Statler as well.
Yeah, with that being said, in case if Statler is not where you want to stay, there are plenty of options across the board. There's a Hilton's, there's a couple of boutique style hotels, there's Airbnbs everywhere. I mean, I'm telling you, you have plenty of options, and I think you can even connect with fellow SaaSpreneurs, and you can sometimes split a house and stuff like that. We often see people getting together for like pre-networking, post-networking, all kinds of stuff that happens even around our events as well. But honestly, 1,200 is not a lot. I mean, in the world of entrepreneurship, I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars going to events just to like really connect with the right people. That's really what it comes down to. If you can connect with a couple of multimillionaires in one weekend for that much, I don't know what else you want as an entrepreneur. Now, the other cool thing is this. There are a lot of folks that are very technically sound and they're not, sales is not their strong suit. So we often see people come to the mastermind and really pencil in partnerships. I mean, if you are wanting to be the fulfillment house for someone who's really good at sales and you're both SaaSpreneurs, we've seen a lot of partnerships happen. You could meet certified admins, or so if you're brand new to HighLevel, we have a certifications program. We often see certified admins come to a lot of our events as well, which is another great opportunity. You want to rub shoulders with those folks as well. They're like in my head, they're like the genius bar. Like if you go to Apple, there's a genius bar, right? Certified admins is like the genius bar in my head. Forgive me for my silly analogies, but 1,200 is not a lot. I mean, I think it's well worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, I forget who said it. Somebody said it from the stage, one of our guest speakers, which is like when they're taking on something new, they don't ask how, they ask who has already done this. Because if I just go model after them, I'm gonna skip a lot of the shortcuts. So for 1,200 bucks, you're literally going to be in a room with somebody like an Ali Bloyd, James Bonadies, who they've already done this, right? They're going to give you the things to avoid that they learned the hard way and the quickest path that they know to success. So, it's really a ticket to a shortcut, is the way I would look at it. And again, I did just get a message from Celeste. She said that the room blocks are still available. Again, they do sell out fast because obviously there's always things going on in Dallas in addition to what we're doing in the hotel. So you want to get your ticket as soon as you can before it sells out and before the room block sells out. You can get your tickets there at mastermind.gohighlevel.com. You can see that at the bottom of the screen, mastermind.gohighlevel.com to get your tickets. And if you get your ticket by Sunday, I believe is the cutoff, right, for our special promotion.
I believe it's Sunday. It might even be earlier, honestly. I don't now you got me.
Sunday, I'm pretty sure it's Sunday. If you get your ticket by 12 midnight on Sunday, we will send you access to something special. So,
Drum roll.
Yeah. So, we have built out a course that goes sort of with this journey, right? The local hero course. And one of the aspects that we teach at the event is onboarding. Like, what do you actually do when you sell this package to somebody? How do you go set it up for them and get them going? And we've heard overwhelmingly over the years that you all wanted more white labeled assets, specifically white labeled videos that they can use for their clients, so to get them to do some of this stuff on their own. So we've been working hard on a full new library of white labeled asset videos, that we are still working on the container to package them up and deliver to you in a way that you can just turnkey start using them. But if you buy your ticket before Sunday, we're just going to send you the raw videos that you can start using right now in any way, shape, or form that you would like. So that is the special bonus that we have for you folks. If you get your ticket before this Sunday, I just got confirmation this Sunday at midnight, you'll get that new library of videos. You're just going to get access to the literally the Google Drive where we have the video files housed. And then sometime after the mastermind, once our new blog system goes into snapshots, we'll have that as part of the course as well. So you'll get a couple-month head start on access to all of this white labeled material.
And by the way, this is the last mastermind of the year.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. So the next one is the summit, bigger conference. So if you want a 100-person small intimate setting, go hands on. This is it. We're going to be sold out. I assume pretty quickly.
Yes. Typically at this point, getting this close to the event, we will probably sell out by next Friday, I would imagine. If you move fast, you will get that special promo we just mentioned. And once again, you can buy your tickets at mastermind.gohighlevel.com, or you can scan the QR code that's on the screen right now. It'll take you to the same place where you can grab your ticket. If you're ready to start your journey, you're serious about getting going, I can't wait to see you there. It's always so much fun to get to meet. It's almost like a new graduating class, you know what I mean? Like it's fun when you see somebody at the master or at the summit and you're like, oh, you're like, class of February 2022. And then holy smokes, they're walking up there to get their SaaSPRENEUR award already. It's a pretty cool journey that we get to be a part of at these events.
And we're so silly with those graduations. I remember when we first thought about it, we're like, should we do this? Kind of cheesy. Everybody's walking with like a little paper certificate. It's just a gesture. But I remember couple of times. There were people that were like almost pretty emotional. It was like, Paulson, I've been an entrepreneur since I got out of high school. I didn't even get my high school graduation or GED. This is my one and only ever graduation. So they took it pretty seriously, man. They send their pictures to their families and everything. But it was cool to see the community kind of play along with the culture of it, and they loved it. And you get pictures and stuff like that on stage with the founders, and it's a fun experience.
I will share this that, when I would have to make a big investment in the training or some sort of being in some sort of room, and I was always on the fence, it was always easy for me to figure out the reasons why I shouldn't do it. Like that just came top of mind. Here's why I shouldn't do it. And I'd have 50 reasons. And then someone shared with me once, John, don't make those reasons, man. What's your why? And who gets impacted when your why is positively in the right direction? And then it started for me to align, well, my family, my personal growth, those around me that trust me, that want my help and my insight. This is the reason why to do it. And there's no better day than today than yesterday to get it done. So if you've been on the fence like I was at one point, put the excuses to the side and commit to the process.
Love it.
Absolutely. I, it's hard for us to really describe how amazing these events are. Hopefully, we've done a good job. Ask folks in the community who have been to an event what they think, and you'll overwhelmingly hear that you got to get there if you're ready to get started as a SaaSpreneur. Everything that you take away is, going to be infinitely more than the ticket price for sure. And again, you get to be in the room with the folks that have already walked the walk. You get to learn how to avoid the shortcuts, probably pick up a business partner or somebody who's at least going to help you in some way on your journey. And yeah, they'll probably be sold out by the end of next week. And so you'll have to wait until probably February-ish for the next one. So mastermind.gohighlevel.com. We hope to see you there because being the last one of the year, I think we'll give it, just that little bit of extra, just to, hammer down the last one of the year in a special way. Looks like MP has a question. If I've already registered, then do I still get the white label onboarding and training? Yes. If you already have your ticket, you're good. We'll get you that for sure.
And also, Chase, real quick before I forget, can we talk about logistics? Love Field is where I usually like to fly into. It's only like 5-10 minutes from the venue, really quick and pretty economical. Uber rides as well. There's a lot of like transportation options as well. Can you just share quick notes on that?
Yeah, for sure. I think if you can get a flight to Love, definitely do that. I didn't know that Love Field existed until like years into high level events, and Paul's like, dude, there's an airport like 10 minutes from here, right? It's super easy if you can get into Love. So I would definitely try to book there if you can. But if you fly into DFW, it's depending on the time of day that you arrive, it's like an hour or less for sure to get to the hotel. The hotel is smack dab in the middle of Dallas, like literally right downtown, which is really cool. You get to walk around, see the giant weird eyeball thing.
Yeah. And if you're local, if you drive in or carpool in, there's like an amazing valet service. I think there's a garage as well. Plenty of places where you can park your cars and stuff like that as well, just from a logistical standpoint. And there's food as well. We talked about food. Office hours, we
You can
talked about
go
office
in,
hours.
if you
Yeah.
can go in a day early or stay a day late, I would do that too, because holy smokes, does Dallas have some of the most incredible barbecue I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Terry Black's, I think, is the one that's
Mary Blacks is good.
distance
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
hotel,
There's
right?
couple. There's couple.
Yeah. So I'd plan for the extra day if you could, because there's definitely some awesome stuff within walking distance or a quick Uber from the hotel for sure. All
Awesome.
right. I think we covered it, guys.
Right.
Elsie, thank you for that awesome comment. I hope that you're able to get a ticket and we get to hang out in a couple of weeks in Dallas. And mastermind.gohighlevel.com is where you can get your tickets before they're gone.
And congrats to a lot of you that already took advantage of this. I'm seeing a few trickle in, so just wanted to tell you we're proud of you. We're going to see you soon. Congrats to all of you that are already just taking a lot of action.
Awesome. All right. I think we're good to wrap. Hopefully we see you next month in Dallas. Bye, everyone.
Bye for now.